Monday nights here, the engines ignite, modifieds lined up under bright track lights, slide jobs flying, throttle down tight. It's our racing glory, it's time to fight. Ethan Bill's up front, eyes on the prize. Damian Ward's chasing fire in his eyes. Kenny Goodney's holding that outside line. Caleb Durgan's waiting for his perfect time. Feel the roar, feel the rush, dirt and grit. Every driver's dream, every fan's perfect hit. Slide shot through the wheel, cushion in play. This is where the legends are made every day. Randy Johnson charging, no slowing down. T. Clem's making moves, eyes on the crown. Logan Herbert smooth, pulling off the pass. Brandon Barhart's on it, showing his class. Race chats buzzing, stories unfold. Trash talk, laughter, and drivers bold. From the green flag drop to the checkers wave. It's hard, it's hustle, it's the rule of the play.
I feel like crap, and I'm behind on everything. It's all good. I'm getting in there, guys.
Tires bite deep. One wrong move, you'll spin, you'll weep. Bumpers tap, tensions flare. Racing's a gamble, all's fair out there. Every lap counts, stakes are high. In this race, only the best get by. Feel the heat, feel the drive. This is where racing truly comes alive. Feel the roar, feel the rush, dirt and grit. Ethan Bill's leading, Ward's not gonna quit. Slide chop through the wheel, cushion in play. This is where the champions are made. Come what may, so turn it up, let's ride tonight. On MDI TV, under the bright lights. From green to checkered, it's all on the line. Monday night modifieds where stars align.
Look who's making an appearance today. It's going to be Andrew Squid Clark. Yeah, I feel like crap. We'll see if I make it through this. I'm probably just going to do the big blocks and the supers. Probably no UMPs today. I feel horrible. Why is this freaking thing want to fight me so much? Okay. Everything wants to fight me tonight. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Whatever it was hit today. I went and got my haircut, went shopping with the kids. Started to feel a little funny before I got my haircut, but when I got home, I fell asleep. Getting up in the session, guys. Give me 1 minute. Oh, I forgot trading paints. Hold on. All right, so these guys are out qualifying. Let's go ahead and pull up tonight's stream. Yes, the paints are not caught up. I did forget trading paints until we just got in there. It is going to be Caleb Durgan currently at the top of the charts. Roundtree second. Looks like just about everybody has taken a lap here tonight. As right now it is Kenny Cudney out on the track as trading paints updates. There's JT Berman. I have no clue who the hell that guy is. I saw Andrew Squid Clark coming out. Oh, he did not get a qualifying run in. So Andrew Clark is not going to get a qualifying run in here tonight. Let's go ahead and get ready for heat race number 1. All right, guys, just a heads up. I am feeling a little under the weather. Probably not going to get to the UMP Modifieds tonight. I'm probably going to cut it early after the supers. We'll see if I make it that far. But just a heads up, I will probably not be doing the UMPs, especially as light as the field was last week. Not feeling good. All right, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be the 9-16 of Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the number 2 machine is going to be Kieran Roundtree. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 14T, it's going to be Peyton Talbot. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Starting inside row number 3 here tonight in that number, what number is Brian Hodge in now? I totally have the wrong cars for you guys to look at. My bad. Let's see what number. I forget what number Brian Hodge is. Brian Hodge and another number 14. How many 14s are we going to get out there? Outside of him in that number 76 is going to be JT Berman. Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller in that number 18. Outside of him in the number 19, it's going to be Will Hanger. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be the 97 of T Club. Outside of him in the number 38 JR, it's going to be LJ Jason Parkers Jr. Starting inside row number 6 here tonight, it is going to be the number 213 of Jim Boniface. Outside of him in the number 22, it's going to be Kenneth Coe. In the number 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Rounding out the field here tonight in that number 22, it is going to be Kenneth Coe. What we got going on here? Is my TikTok not showing the chat? Oof. All right, hold on. I might have to do a little update here. I don't know why. What is going on? What's going on? That's not good, especially since I just bought a new CPU. That is not what I wanted to see here tonight. That might cause me to have an early night because I just definitely do not want to fuck with that. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be single file. Nick Brundage out front. Did I forget to go live on? I didn't even go live on TikTok. That's why it's not working. And it did not save my title. As these guys head into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like we got one pulling out late. Who is that pulling out off of pit road? Matt Schaefer off of pit road. Did something happen when those guys were rolling the pace laps? Out of turn number 4, out front, it is going to be Brundage leading the way down into 1 and 2. We got the 14 of Ethan Bill up there on the high side. I'm trying to get this stream going over on TikTok, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh my God, I am definitely struggling at multitasking right now. All right, let's go ahead and get the live up over there. Go Hodge, says Justin. As these guys head into turn number 1 and 2, it is going to be all Nick Brundage leading the way here tonight in heat race number 1. Down into turn number 1 and 2, going to be 5 laps complete this time by Roundtree, starting to put the pressure on the 916 of Brundage. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Can he find his way around? We got Peyton down on the bottom side. Ethan Bill up high out of turn number 2. The battle for third is real. Here comes Roundtree with a big slide into turn number 3 and 4. Roundtree going to slide up the track as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. New race leader into turn 1 and 2. It's going to be Roundtree leading the way. Brundage back to second. Here comes Ethan Bill in that number 14 as the track is starting to go away from that 916. He's got one more lap to hold on. Can he hold on for one more lap? As they head into turn number 1 and 2, white flag is out. White flag's out as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Ethan Bill looking for that number 3 spot. Who's on the bubble? It's going to be LJ in that number 38 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Give the win to Roundtree. Brundage, Bill, Talbot, Hodge, Hanger, and Parker's going into tonight's feature. Everybody else off to the LCQ. All right, we're going to go ahead and get them relined up here once again. I don't know what happened in that heat race. I wish I had been paying more attention. So I did update my CPU. It did not make me happy that we had the little issue there. Hopefully it holds together for this one. And I cannot see the chat over on TikTok. Oh, hold on. Hold on. We got to do something, then we'll go through the results. Look at that chat over there. All right, the chat over there on TikTok is going nuts, but we need to put it over there. Well, the likes and stuff are going nuts. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And then go ahead and pop up this new one that did not work. All right, let's see if that goes ahead and works. I did all right, we should be good over on TikTok now. And Joe Ash Matthews. All right, let's get ready here for heat race number 2 as they line up out on the track. We're going to go ahead and pull up that starting lineup. Guys, I am feeling under the weather here a little bit, so we will be probably entering after the supers here tonight. Probably not going to do the triple header as Durgan's going to be the leader here for heat race number 2. Let's go ahead and pull up that starting lineup really quick. It's going to be Durgan starting on the pole. Outside of him, it's going to be Michael Swank. Starting inside, row number 2, it's going to be Michael Hackett with Damian Ward in 4th. Going to be Joseph Matthews in that number 5 spot. Logan Herbert in 6th. Gav in that number 7 spot. Going to be Kenny Cuddy in 8th. Oh, Breeley in 9th. Kyle Lampard in the 10th. Billy Roberts, Kevin Robinson, and Andrew Clark as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as I head down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be 2 by 2 for that number 2 spot as Durgan tries to pull away down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan out front. We got contact further back. Holy cow, somebody just threw a haymaker. It's going to be Andrew Clark in the classic number 20 machine. It's been a long time since I've seen him in the 20. He's been in the 5 for a while out here shaking down that number 20 as he is now 1 spot out of a transfer as he takes it 3 wide through turn number 3 and 4. A lot of you guys might remember those days when Andrew stayed at the top of the charts in the big block series. Oh, we got contact. 1 around. Oh, it takes Andrew Clark out. Oh, no. He got turned around. It was Damian Ward. Turned around, collects Andrew Clark. Let's go ahead and find Damian Ward. What happens here? So he just gets into the 84 of Hackett. He came down. It broke the left front. That is wild. How did that break the left front? That's going to catch Andrew Clark. That's going to put Andrew Clark off into an LCQ. This is definitely one of Andrew's favorite tracks. That's why we see him here tonight as we are going to go back live as Durgan continues to lead the field as it looks like Damian Ward is out there 3-wheeling in that number 32. Back up to the front, Durgan's leading the way. I'll tell you what, Michael Swank putting the pressure on that number 17. Could he find his way around Hackett not too far back in the number 84 as they come down the front straightaway. Right now in that final transfer spot, it is going to be Breeley as they head through turn number 3 and 4. He's got that final transfer spot. Kenny Cuddy trying to reel him in as they head into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, here comes Breeley to the outside of Roberts. Roberts is going to be down low. Drag race into turn number 3. They're going to get that white flag this time by. We're going to keep an eye on this battle. This is the battle for the transfer spot. It's Cuddy in the 25, 1 spot out. They are battling for 6. Roberts is going to slide up the track. No, he holds it low. Breeley going to dig back on the outside. Oh, there's contact. Roberts almost goes around as Cuddy going to take that final transfer spot. It's going to be Caleb Durgan, Michael Swank, Hackett, Matthews, Herbert, Breeley, and Cudney going into tonight's feature. Roberts, Robinson, Sheehan, Clark, and Ward going to the Consi. Oh my God, that Consi is going to be insane. The Consi is going to be freaking nuts, guys. Wesley, thank you for the heart. Me appreciate that. Apparently my chat is not showing up from here. Let's go ahead and get the 12 cars, 4 spots. This is going to be a shit show. I'll say it now. This is going to be a shit show. Let's go ahead and pull up that starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ. What's up, Rich? It is going to be the number 18 of Aaron Rockefeller. Starting outside of him in the number 19 machine, it's going to be Kyle Lamphere. Starting inside, row number... Oops. You know it. Starting inside, row number 2, it's going to be the 97 of T-Clom. Outside of him in the number 99, it's going to be Billy Roberts. We got JT starting in 5th, Kevin Robinson in 6th, Jim Boniface in 7th, Gavin Sheehan going to be in that number 8 spot, Kenneth Coe in 9th, Andrew Clark 10th, Schaefer 11th, and Damian Ward in that number 12 position. I'll tell you what, guys, I have no freaking clue. I have no freaking clue in this one. This is going to be absolutely insane. There are some beasts back there in the pack. Go rock on rock. Rockefeller. I'm assuming you're saying. All right. Out of turn number 4. What's up, Rich? Guys, I just want to apologize just in case I have to run for a second. I am feeling under the weather, so if I got to bail out on you guys just a little bit, I'm sorry. I will let you know, and I don't know what the hell I got going on with my freaking ticker. I'm clicking the wrong thing. We don't care what their license are. All right, that's what we care about. Brian, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, it's going to be Rockefeller and Lamphere on that front row. Looking for the green flag. This time by Pace Truck is in. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Lamphere up high. Rockefeller going to try to slide. Nope, Lamphere going to get the ride. The roll up on the high side, but good run for Rockefeller down on the bottom. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, that was terrible. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, we got contact further back as we got more heading to the back. As it looks like Damian Ward and Gavin Sheehan now back to the back of the track, back of the field. So is Billy Roberts. They're going to need a lot of help as Andrew Clark has already moved up to that number 5 spot. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, Andrew Clark only 1 spot out of a transfer spot. T-Club working to try to get up into the number 3 spot. Gets into Lamphere. He's going to fall back to 4th. Here comes Clark to the outside. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's 3 wide for 2nd as they come into turn 4. As T-Club going to roll that bottom. That's going to probably put JT on the bubble spot. He is first in the pecking order for Andrew Clark as he digs down low. Clark with a great run out of turn number 2. Let's go, JT, says Ethan. Slide job by Clark. Into 2nd. Lamphere going to get low. So is T-Club as they come across the line. JT is 1 spot out. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Clark going to cut back up underneath Lamphere. Here comes JT. He's going to follow Clark down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get 5 laps to go halfway through at the line as they come across the line. Here comes Lamphere down on the bottom trying to race his way at all. T-Clem almost into JT. JT going to slip the high side. He's in now in the number 3 spot. Lamphere is in down on the bottom. T-Clem going to try to race his way on the outside as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Schaefer. Schaefer's got some speed. T-Clem to the bottom. Double slider. Nope, a single slider into turn number 1 and 2. Lamphere going to easily dive up underneath them down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. 3 laps to go at the line. Here comes Clark in that number 20 machine. Oh, we are getting hammered with likes. 1,500 likes, 1,600 likes over on TikTok. Appreciate you guys. Down the front straightaway, we got a back straightaway. We got a drag race for the lead. T-Clem hits the wall. That's going to knock him out. Well out of a transfer spot with 2 laps to go. T-Clem is going to fall all the way back to that number 7 spot as it's going to be Lamphere in that last and final transfer spot. He's going to slide JT in turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go as they're wrecking. Oh, Ward gets caught up. What happened to Ward? Let's go see what happened. Oh, my God. He's going to get Robinson, isn't he? Is he going to get Robinson? Oh, Robinson is going to... Oh, my God. Robinson just straight lined him. What a fucking clown. What a fucking clown as Andrew Clark takes the win. Rockefeller 2nd. Lamphere and JT go into the feature here tonight. What a race here tonight in the LCQ. He absolutely just straight line Damian Ward. I'll tell you what, there is zero reason Robinson should ever do that. He should never be mad at anything anybody used to do. I don't mind Robinson, don't get me wrong, but there's many times I've seen him make a mistake and take somebody out. And, yeah, I don't know if there was contact there that made him mad, but that is not a good thing to do. That is not a good look for Robinson as we are going to get ready for tonight's main event. Let's go ahead and start him up. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting lineup. 50 laps here tonight for tonight's main event, starting on the pole here tonight. No respect, yeah, no respect. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I've done it once in my life. New on the sim, saw it was the norm, and I did it once. But Robinson's been on long enough. Can't beat him, wreck him 100%. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 2 machine, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him in the number 17, he's got to be a favorite here tonight. It's going to be Caleb Durgan. I'll also tell you, don't count out the second row. Nick Brundage in that number 916, starting on the inside. He was looking quick in his heat race. Michael Swank to his outside. Going to be Ethan Bill starting in that number 5 spot inside row number 3. With Michael Hackett in that number 84 to his outside. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 14 T, it's going to be Peyton Talbot. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. I think that's right. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be the 14 of Brian Hodge. Outside of him in the 611, it's going to be Logan Herbert. Then it's going to be Will Hanger in the 19, starting inside row number 6. Outside of him in the number 212, it's going to be Breely Putnam. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight really quick as they head into turn number 3 and 4, it's going to be LJ, Jason Parkers, Kenny Cudney, Andrew Clark, Aaron Rockefeller, Kyle Lampert, and JT Berman. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. I have no idea if I'm saying JT's name right as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Roundtree into the wall. That is not how he wanted to start it. As Durgan and Brundage pass him into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Caleb Durgan to the point in turn number 3 and 4. Durgan's going to lead lap number 1 as it looks like Roundtree going the wrong way in a hurry in that number 2 machine. Beer man, is that's what I want to call him? Is that what it is? As they head into turn number 3 and 4, going to be Durgan out front leading the way. Nick Brundage in second. Michael Hackett in third. How about this run out of Hackett in that number 84? He's looking fast here tonight as he's got Swink looking low, but Hackett's going to get the run down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Tire management's going to be absolutely essential. Thank you. I appreciate it, Ethan. As they come down the front straightaway, running that high side is definitely going to be a little rough on those tires. As Hackett using too much up too early on as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. One thing we definitely find out about these bigger tracks is tire wear. Tire wear is definitely an issue. 27 is Swank going to roll that bottom side. Hackett must be listening to the stream because he's going to squeeze down on the door of the 27 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of turn number 4. Hackett is trying to get the run off. And he's going to get it at the line by a nose bar as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, give that number 3 spot to Hackett. Hackett's going to be happy that he can run where he wants at this point as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Ethan Bill has moved down to the bottom side, up underneath Joseph, trying to move his way back up where he started as they head into turn number 3 and 4. How about Joseph Matthews up 3 spots? So is Hackett up there in the number 3 position. One car to watch out for is going to be the number 20 of Andrew Clark as they come down the front straightaway 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. He's got Kenny Cudney just behind him. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, drag race for that spot. Andrew Clark up to the number 10 position as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Only 8 laps into this one. 8 laps into this one as they come across the line. Good racing up towards the front. Let's go back to the number two spot as here comes Hackett looking up underneath Brundage into turn number 3 and 4. Hackett going to roll that bottom side. Brundage up high out of turn 4 to give Hackett the number 2 spot. He is on the move in the 84. Could he pull the upset here tonight? Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn number 3 and 4. As they come out of turn 4, side by side across the line. Hackett in that 84. He's going to slide up the track. He's going to hold it low. Here comes Brundage back to the outside. Oh, Brundage going to have a little bit of internet malfunction heading into turn number 3 and 4. Hackett has no clue where he's at, able to keep it out of him as they come out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes Hackett back down low. Look at this. Swank is closing the gap. Let's look back here. Looks like Andrew Clark has caught Brian Hodge making the move for 9th. He's working on Ethan Bill. I always love it when some of the OGs jump into some of these races. Oh, a little bit of contact maybe there. Big sideways out of Andrew Clark as he tries to make a bold move and cuts across the nose of Hodge. Looks like Durgan has moved up to the high side in that number 17. Is it too soon? 13 laps complete as they come across the line down into 1 and 2. They're going to rip that high side. That high side is definitely in. Here comes Logan Herbert in the 611. Herbert going to roll down the bottom. Herbert's also on the move up 5 positions to the number 5 spot. He's looking for more. He's going to dive up underneath Swank out of turn number 2. Give Herbert that number 4 spot into turn number 1 and 2. Sorry, out of turn number 4. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be back single file. Here comes Swank. Swank going to stay in line through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. I can't count today, guys. Sorry. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, side by side. Nope. Brundage going to fall back as Hackett has definitely secured that number 2 position. Big race in here as it looks like Andrew Clark is closing the gap. You got to wonder if making his way through to the front has used up those tires. Will that be an issue as the race goes on? Looks like Ethan Bill might be losing ground as they head into turn number 3 and 4. I promise you, I'm going to be awfully surprised if we don't get a caution flag as Herbert's going to slide up into that number 3 spot. That wall is definitely known to grab somebody. We've seen a lot of single car wrecks here at Eldora. Will we see another one? Here comes Brundage. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Can't quite get the slide. He's going to stay down low. Yellow flag comes out. Kyle Lamford going to have an issue here. Oh, I don't know what happened. All right, let's go take a look. Sounds like something happened a little bit sooner, but we missed it. All right, so we're going to look and see what this contact looks like here. Roundtree is going to get the wall. Here comes Lamphere. He's looking down low, up underneath. Oh, they get the wall up ahead. Oh, no. Oh, that is unfortunate. Will Hanger trying to make the move down. And, yeah, that is unfortunate. Lamphere getting the worst of that one as we are going to get a restart here tonight. And we're going to find out who's been saving and who has not as we are 17 laps into this one. Caleb Durgan and Michael Hackett on that front row. I'll tell you what, Hackett has some speed, but look at that 611 right behind Caleb Durgan. I wonder if we're going to be able to put aside the rivalry between the 611 and the 17 and end up with a phenomenal race. Those two, when they race clean, it's absolutely amazing racing. It's almost like magic, and I would love to see that here tonight. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, we are looking for the green flag this time by. So it looks like Lamphere going to make it back out. He's got some damage on that number 19 machine, but he's hoping to get back up in here as him and Hanger got together. They were at the back, so it's not a huge thing for him. But how about Roundtree back 14 positions after getting the wall on the start? We are looking for the green. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag is out as Durgan's going to drive away. Here comes Herbert down on the bottom side. Hackett going to roll the middle. Oh, Durgan cuts down into Hackett. Big save out of the 84. Big save out of Hackett as Durgan came down like nobody was there. Oh, Andrew Clark is in the wall in turn number 3 and 4. 4 wide out of turn number 4. Back in the pack as they are trying to figure things out. Andrew Clark loses a ton of spots. He falls all the way back to the number 14 position. Moving back up to the front, it's going to be Hackett and Herbert side by side for second. Herbert trying to roll that bottom side. Hackett up high as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Herbert at the line. That time by 20 laps in the books. We got 30 laps to go. Still a ways to go here tonight as Brundage going to look to the high side of Herbert. Herbert might need to get to the outside. Does not look like the bottom is it as they come out of turn number 4. Durgan searching for a better line. That definitely wasn't it. That's going to draw Hackett back on his back bumper into 1 and 2. Here comes Brundage with a big run. He's going to take the number 3 spot. He was looking for second. He's going to look down low in turn number 3 and 4. Can he take the number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 4? He's got to get back in line. Shoves it back down into the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. It is 2x2 most of the way through the field. Hackett's going to scrape the wall, but gets the run out of turn number 2. But Brundage holds strong down on the bottom. I'll tell you what, good run for Brundage. This is definitely something he needed as they race side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Talbot going to make the slide. No, he's going to cut it off. Herbert's going to keep that spot on in turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Peyton's going to throw it in. Not far enough. Brundage was there, not able to throw the slider, but it's going to be, I don't know, at the line for that number 4 spot. Man, that was too close to call as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ethan Bill, looking like he's got a big run out of turn number 2 as he's starting to come alive as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 25 laps complete. We are halfway through this one. This could all flip-flop still. Don't count anybody out. Tire management is definitely big here at Eldora and keeping it out of the wall as Cudney gets stuck in the wall down the back straightaway. He's going to lose some ground as they headed into turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Man, I am impressed by Hackett's run here tonight in that number 84. He's starting to lose ground. Might be using up those tires a little bit, but definitely a strong run out of that number 84 tonight as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be 27 laps in the books. 27 laps in the books as they head through turn number 1 and 2. We got a couple guys now starting to search for the bottom. Andrew Clark starting to move his way back up through the field after getting the wall. That definitely cost him a lot as Peyton's starting to fall back in that number 14 into the grip of Michael Swank for that number 5 spot. I'll tell you what, the whole pack is coming for 5th on back as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. This battle for 5th is definitely going to be insane as they head through 3 and 4. Brundage into the wall. Herbert's going to take advantage. He's going to take the spot into 1 and 2. Herbert took advantage of Brundage's mistake. Brundage is going to go back up to the top side in 1 and 2. Loses a ton of ground out of 2. Hackett is not letting Durgan get away. I'll tell you what, this is a great race as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Definitely comers and goers. You got to wonder, sometimes they may feel like they need to let off and save some tire. Will Hanger now starting to make his way up through the field also. He was back in the back as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Big battle back here, back in the pack as Clark's going to take that number 2 spot. Ethan Bill back to 11th. They're going to be 3 wide behind him for 11th as they come out of turn number 2. A little bit of contact between Andrew Clark and Ethan Bill there cost Ethan a little bit. He's going to dig back on the outside as Clark tries to move his way forward as Durgan continues to lead the pack. Back to the back of the pack as they come down into, middle pack, I guess you should say, as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Battle up ahead as it looks like Cudney or Hanger trying to make his way forward. I'll tell you what, if there's a caution flag, he might be one of the fastest cars on the track. It's actually Hackett right now in the number 2 spot. So I'll tell you what, Hackett definitely turning up the wick with 16 laps to go down into 1 and 2. We got Jockey in 4 position further back. They kept it straight, and they might have had a little contact, but they keep it going straight. No caution flag as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Where is Clark? Clark is falling back to 13th again in that number 20. Battle for the lead as Hackett has finally found the speed, trying to look up underneath Durgan down into turn number 3 and 4. Hackett putting the pressure. Durgan going to bang the wall out of turn number 4. It's going to be 14 laps to go. Can Hackett get there? Hackett going to dive down low in turn number 1 and 2. Durgan's going to hold strong on the outside. Drag race out of turn number 2. And look who is lurching back in the background in that number 3 spot. It is going to be the 6'11" of Logan Herbert. Don't count him out as they got 13 laps to go. 13 laps. Oh, Hackett gets the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Hackett's going to get the wall. Here comes Herbert up underneath looking for that number 2 spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Herbert down low as user 6342377928817 says, go Hackett, as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Herbert going to give Hackett a push out of turn number 2. Hackett able to hold on to it as Durgan's going to stretch his lead into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 11 to go at the line. 11 laps to go. I don't know if we're done with caution flags, guys. Somebody might hit that wall as Herbert's going to reappear all over the back of the 84 through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Durgan continues to make the pace as they come out of turn number 4. I think I see lap traffic coming up just ahead. No, they're a little ways ahead. Oh, Roundtree's in the wall again in 3 and 4. Roundtree's been struggling this whole race. I didn't notice, but Ethan Bill is out of this one as they come out of turn number 4. Durgan leads the way, 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go down into 1 and 2. Here comes Herbert looking low with the cut down out of turn number 2. He's going to gain ground on that number 84 Hackett through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Durgan out front leading the way with 8 laps to go. I'll tell you what, the 84 has definitely gotten popular with Yankovic. And I'll tell you what, I understand why. That kid is fun to watch, and he is shaking up the Big Block Series IRL. As here comes Herbert, looking up underneath. He can't slide him. He's got to pull back. He gets back in line behind Hackett. Herbert was trying to make the move. He definitely had the pace, but could not throw the slider. Had to back out of it. Racing Hackett clean down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Durgan continues to lead with 6 laps to go as they come across the line. 6 laps to go. Does anybody have anything for Durgan as Brundage going to blink out a little bit there? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 5 laps to go, and I'll tell you what, Hackett might be gaining on Durgan except for that wall bang in turn number 3 and 4. Can he find that number 17? Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Hackett's going to move to the bottom. He's going to slide in 3 and 4, almost into Hackett. He's got to back out of it. Hackett's going to keep the number 2 spot. So there might be a little something on the bottom side of turn number 3 and 4, but he does not get the run out as Brundage going to get in the back of Herbert. Big save by Herbert in the 611. 3 laps to go at the line. Lap traffic is ahead. Will that be a factor here tonight as they come out of turn number 4? Down into 1 and 2. Hackett trying to close the gap. He is definitely fast. Hackett has been consistently one of the fastest cars on the track all night long as they head through turn number 3 and 4. And it's going to be 2 laps to go for Caleb Durgan. Can he hold on? Hackett definitely putting the pressure. They just matched times that time by Herbert. Now the fastest car on the track. Hackett going to get the wall down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. White flag in there. Herbert going to throw a massive flag. Oh, he wrecked him. He wrecked him like an absolute asshole. In turn number 3 and 4, white flag is out. 1 lap to go. Caution, no caution flag. What a fucking... Oh, my God. I can't believe he just did that. I mean... I don't even know what to say. It's going to be Hackett with the win. Talbot second. Brundage going to bring it home in third. Swank in fourth. Hanger in fifth. What a fucking... Why would he do that? Why the fuck would you do that, Herbert? Why would you just do that? I mean, that's not the first time he's done that. You know, he's going to get banned for life, and I won't blame him. That is just a scumbag move. I'm sorry, Herbert. I like you and all, but that was bad. That was real bad. I don't dislike Herbert. Don't get me wrong. When Herbert's around the right people, he's an amazing kid. But, man, I don't know what's up with that. But Hackett getting the win, I am happy about Hackett getting the win. I'm not happy that he got it that way. That is not the way I'm sure he wanted it either. Let's go through these results and see if anybody is in the Discord. It's going to be Michael Hackett with the win. Peyton Talbot in second. Nick Brundage in third. Going to be Michael Swank in that number 4 spot. Will Hanger in fifth. Kenny Cudney going to be in that number 7 spot. Kenny Cudney in 6th. Joseph Matthews in 7th. Logan Herbert in 8th. Going to be Aaron Rockefeller in that number 9 spot. Brian Hodge in 10th. Andrew Clark 11th. JT Beerman in that number 12th spot, LJ Jason Parker said 13th. Kieran Roundtree, 14th. Lamphere in 15th. Breeley, 16th. Durgan, 17th. And Ethan Bill in that number 18 spot. You know, the problem is it didn't have to be. The problem is it didn't have to be that way. Yeah, Yeah, he knows what he did. Let's go see if we got anybody in Discord. Don't worry. I'm sure I'm going to end up on some more soundboards over on Discord after today, after Robinson and Herbert. All right, let's see. Who do we got in here? We got Hackett. Oops. Hold on, I'm moving up Hackett. All right, Hackett. What a race here tonight. Not the way I'm sure you wanted to get it, but you got to be happy getting that W. You were definitely fast all night long.
I didn't have to get my hands dirty to get it. Someone else did that for me. And I saw that coming because a couple turns before that, he almost killed me.
Kenny, I did hit you in the ass, but
yeah,
it was not intentional.
I was just biding my time.
I mean, you were in the middle of the race, and go high. I mean, I honestly expected you to,
but I messed up a bunch.
move on through there.
He kept hitting the wall in front of me, so it slowed me down, but whatever.
And you were digging it. You know, I was looking at a lot of those laps, the whole race. You were, if not the fastest, you were one of the top three the whole time. I mean, you had to feel good about where you were on that one.
Yeah, I always love Eldora in the big blocks. I don't know what it is about it, but it's about the only track I can run nowadays because I'm so washed up. But hey, I'll take it.
You know, I gotta wonder. You know, that 84 has become awful popular here lately. Is that Yankovic?
No, that is actually
that really?
Barefoot Bob's car.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I'll tell you what, Yankovic has definitely been fun to watch in the 84, though. He's bringing the 84 back big time. Sure. And I can't wait to see what he ends up doing. But great run for you. Yeah, a lot of people are talking shit about that move there, and I don't think any of us. It was.
I'm not. As soon as it happened, I'm like, I just won that race because of two people that don't like each other on the sim. It makes no sense.
You know, really I have my thoughts on that because I've seen Durgan race him clean, even though they have their little beef going on, and when they race clean, I'll tell you what. When they race clean, I don't know if there's two drivers that put a better show on because they want to beat each other so bad. I don't know why Herbert can't just do that because, I mean, in reality, in the big blocks, Herbert and Durgan are the ones to beat.
Well, in your sentence, you said when, so that's it.
Yeah. Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go to shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Andrew Clark for finally getting back on and building a setup that was actually competing up top. He says he's going to be on more, so we'll see about that. But yeah, that's it.
Well, great run here tonight, bud. I was happy to see you get the win.
Yeah, I was excited, but kind of stuck the way it did. I was just as fast. I just
Yankowski. That's what I meant. My bad.
But all right, thanks, James.
All right, later. Swank, I figured I'd pick you in fourth place. Man, you had a strong 27 here tonight.
Yeah, that was my best finish in top split. Just kind of racing my race around there, and I knew something was going to happen at the end, and it did, and just luckily avoided that to get a top 5 tonight.
You know, we get into these races. Good race, Hackett. Yeah, Hackett had a good race. We get into these races like this, and we got some good racing. I mean, overall, that was a phenomenal race. People making mistakes, kind of what you expect out of Eldora. But, you know, we had a couple straight lines here tonight. I mean, you know, we love the big blocks. We just don't like the toxic, and that just seems to be where some of these races go, and you're just kind of waiting for the big one to set yourself in place rather than race and become part of the big one.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I just knew I had to race my race, and I know the egos were gonna come out, and the rivalry was gonna play a factor at the end, and it happened on the last lap, and just avoided the carnage and kept her straight.
Well, I am getting in the super race. While I'm doing that, why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors? Always good to have you in here too.
Yeah, I just want to thank Randy Johnston and all the boys at the shop. Randy gives great sets every week, and Ramy for the cool wrap he threw together for me, and it's been fun with Randy. So hopefully we can win one of these one day.
Definitely looking like you have the speed. I've raced you before. I know you got the talent. So keep grinding, and maybe we'll see you there in victory lane.
Thanks, James.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
Yep.
Michael Swank getting that number 4 spot as we jump into the World of Outlaw late models. Wow, that's the first time I've seen my screen do this. Hold on. What's up, Bentley? What's up? There it is. All right, so hold on one second. I am getting in here. We are going to go ahead and pull up the practice here for the super late models. This is going to be my last one tonight, guys. I am absolutely feeling like crap tonight, and I don't think I got another hour and a half into me. It's not a new PC. It's actually just a new CPU, and it definitely seems to be working good. I had one little glitch. I'm working some little glitches out of it, but it's definitely working a lot better than it was. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull up. I'm just curious. Hold on. I'm just curious. I want to see what my processes look like. It's definitely well, as we are going to get into qualifying, definitely looking better. My problem was my CPU is maxing out. Yeah, no, I'm back. I'm definitely back, Bentley. As we get ready for the World Outlaw late models here at Oswego. This is probably the closest track to me on iRacing. Second closest track is going to be Weedsport. There's not that big of a difference in distance for me. Both those tracks. Oswego's probably 15 minutes from me, and Weedsport's probably about 20, 25. So definitely one of my local tracks here. As we watch these guys roll around, I got to go update SDK so that it gives us the right information. Yeah, I'm definitely a little behind tonight, guys. Sorry about this. I'm definitely struggling. I couldn't even eat. So Brandon's going to be in that number 3 spot. Looks like Blake Majulis up to second. As we are going to see who else is out on the track putting down a qualifying time. We got Matt Sanders out there. Matt Sanders definitely likes to show some speed. He's definitely been picking up the pace. Let's go jump on with him in that number 2 machine. I've been live for about almost an hour. We're going to do this one, and then I'm going to be, I'm sick tonight. I don't feel good tonight. Matt Sanders is going to put it in that number 10 spot. So right now it is Scott Mark, and Blake Majulis 1-2. Looks like Matt Selby going to be in that number 3 spot. Kyle Carter, Jonathan Lee, currently your top 5. Who else do we got out there putting down a lap time? I do not see Evan C. No Evan C out there. Zachary, here's a name we haven't seen in a minute, except over on we don't usually see him over here in the top splits. Usually see him over there on Dirt Series Promotions. It's going to be Zachary Mitzner in that number 17 machine, I believe he's in. If who is going to be live? So Zachary going to be in that number 17 spot. Tyson Banks way back in the back in that 747. That is kind of a surprise for me. Let's see if Zachary was able to pick it up on lap number 2. He was not. We got Josiah Johnson out there in the number 21. Where will he put that machine here tonight as he comes across the line? He's going to be 26th or 22nd on the boards. We got 25 cars looking to do battle here tonight. Oh, Steel. I don't know. Steel Hauler. Okay, yeah, Steel Hauler. Yep. I don't know if he's going to be or not, honestly. I don't know if he's got to work today. All right, let's get ready for heat race number 1 as they go ahead and get them lined up. It is going to be Scott Mark on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1. Outside of him in the number... What number is he in tonight? Should be 46, right? Oh, no, he's not out there. It's going to be the number 46 of Matt Selby. Starting inside, row number 2. It's going to be the number 8 machine, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember all the numbers. Hold on. Let me go find a view I can see. It's going to be the number 8 of Jesse Newsom. Outside of him, it's going to be Jonathan Lee in the number 55. Starting inside, row number 3 in the 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him, in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Schatz. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Riley Hutchinson. Outside of him, it's going to be Blanken Whitley. Starting inside, row number 5, it's going to be the 201 of Jesse Maines. Outside of him, it's going to be Dylan Del Mastro. Starting inside, row number 6 is going to be Daryl Bass. Outside of him, it's going to be Devin Ferguson. And then rounding out the field here tonight in the 117, it's going to be Dees Price. Looking for some green flag action as they're side by side and breathe, but yeah, I'm not feeling good tonight. I'm trying to rush through. Looking for the green flag. Who am I rooting for? I don't know if I'm rooting for anybody. You should have, Christopher. Yeah, I almost didn't stream tonight because I didn't feel good, which I'll tell you what, I've been doing this 4 years and I don't think I've ever taken a day off other than computer issue. I don't think I've ever taken a day off because I didn't feel good. In 4 years. That's pretty wild, I think. Down into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Out of 4, it's going to be Scott leading the way. Who's it going to be here tonight? Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come down the front straightaway. I need to turn the chat back on because I want to hear what these guys are saying. As they head down into turn number 1 and 2, we're going to go ahead and turn this back on. I can hear it. You guys can't. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, Scott going to lead the way. Selby up to 2nd in the 46. Jesse Newsom in 3rd. Hayden Tolson up to 4th. Don't count out that 327. I've seen him run some good races here as it looks like the 55 is going the wrong way in a hurry as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Top 7 going to transfer as they head through 3 and 4. Jonathan Lee is now 1 spot out. Jesse Main is in. Down the front straightaway to turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the 90 of Jonathan Lee, or sorry, Daryl Bass looking down low. Can't make the pass as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be all, whoa, Jesse Newsom out front. We got contact. Big wreck in 3 and 4. That's going to take out Scott and Selby. Oh no, we got to go take a look and see what happened here as these guys are trying to wreck back here in the back of the pack. Let's go see what happened to Selby and Scott into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Selby. Selby's going to send it in, and he is just going to get into the 3. Oh, he got him in the wall. Oh, he didn't. That was definitely a racing deal there. He was trying to keep it low. They just made contact. That wall will grab you as it's going to be Jesse Newsom, Hayden Tolson. Battle. Oh, we're wrecking in 3 and 4. Big wreck in turn number 3 and 4. 3 laps to go. Oh my God, they cannot keep it straight here at Oswego. Let's go take a look and see what happened here. Yeah, you know, that's just oh my God. Death. I gotta get rid of that guy. Oh, he's over. You know, I don't understand why anybody would do that. Hold on. Let me just do this. We're going to go ahead and delete all his messages. I think that deleted it over on TikTok. I don't know why people feel the urge to be that way. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We had somebody saying some inappropriate stuff over there on TikTok. I need to go make sure it didn't end up over on YouTube. Hold on. Or not TikTok. They were on Twitch. So I need to go jump over on those streams. Sorry about that, guys. Yep, exactly why I don't want to deal with it. All right, I have no clue. They're still here. Appreciate you guys for the follow. All right, we're going to go ahead and check out. I got to go check on this TikTok real quick, guys. Hold on. Or not TikTok, Twitch. I need to go jump over there and check on that. And then we'll go through the results. I had somebody using the hard R over on. All right, let's go ahead and go to stream management. Yep, they're doing it again. All right, we're going to go ahead and I already don't feel like doing this, and now I get that. All right, so I went ahead and blocked that over there. Let me go make sure. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I'm sorry. Heat race number 2 started as Blake Majula is going to lead the field. I doubt it is. I mean, if it is, then he deserves to fucking rot in hell. That's what I would say. That is definitely what I would say. I have to go in and delete all those. That is unreal. I don't know why anybody would do that. That's some childish ass shit. And the worst part is it's probably over on YouTube too. Is it over on Facebook? Thank God it didn't go over to Facebook. As we watch the battle for the lead, it is going to be Majula's out front, Todd Aikens, Derek Dryman, Kyle Carter, Nate, Justin White, and Cassidy. Your top 7 definitely looking a little cleaner here in heat race number 2 for now. Sorry, guys. I'm going to make sure that shit wasn't on. I got him blocked now. It shouldn't be coming up. All right, doesn't look like I got anything over there on YouTube, thankfully, as they come out of turn at number 2 down the back straightaway. We're going to go back up over here as we got a battle for that number. Okay, I'm just making sure because I do have it, so it's supposed to be sharing. I don't know why. I mean, yeah. I reported the person too, so hopefully they get IP banned over on Twitch. Back up front, it's going to be Blake Majulis rolling out front. Derek Dryman second, Todd Aikens third, Kyle Carter, Justin White as they come out of turn number 4. Majulis going to take the win. Dryman, Atkins, Carter, White, Cassidy, and Nate rounding out your top 7. Seems like a great guy, yes, for sure. Definitely seems like a great guy. Yeah, you said what you said over on YouTube, and they could see it over on Twitch. That was my concern. They could see it on Twitch, and I think they could see it on. Oh, they can't see it over on. on Facebook. All right. Let's get ready for the LCQ. It's going to be top 4 transferred through. We got 11 cars battling for those 4 spots. This could get wild, especially after the toxic and heat race number 1, and a lot of really good drivers in this one. Going to be Devin Ferguson starting on the pole here tonight. Jeffrey Hoyt in second. Going to be Daryl Bass in that number 3 spot. Zachary Metzner in the 4th. Riley Hutchinson in that number 5 position. Josiah Johnson in 6th. Brandon Schatz in 7th. Going to be Tyson Banks in the number 8 spot. Matt Selby in 9th. Matt Sanders 10th. And Scott going to round out the field. He was our quick time here tonight. Got wrecked out of heat race number 1. He's got to race his way up into the top 4. Can he do it? As they get ready to roll off the starting grid, we are going to look for that green flag in 2 laps. All right, sorry about the little chaos there with me trying to get rid of that person. I guess it happens. As they head down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get the white flag this time by 1 lap to go. As they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be in the LCQ? Who is going home and who is staying to play? That's gonna be the question here tonight. I'll tell you what, Durgan wanted to say something. He's not in Discord now. I thought about pulling him in. We'll see what Durgan has to say maybe in a little bit. As we look for the green flag out of turn number 4. Who's your pick in the LCQ? Man, there's going to be some good drivers going home here as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Ferguson going to get on the gas down the front straightaway. Hoyt going to have to battle Bass as they're side by side. Bass going to slide up in 1 and 2. Takes the number 2 spot. Contact. Metzner almost goes around as here comes Hutchinson down low. Hutchinson down into turn number 3 and 4. We got a big stack up in 3 and 4. Big wreck. Sanders caught up. Tyson Banks caught up. Big wreck in turn number 3 and 4. That's going to take out 2 hitters. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Zachary Metzner in that final transfer spot. I'll tell you what, that is not where I want to be right now. He is going to be looking to go find... He was just saying, yeah, he was saying I was nicer. That is exactly what he was saying. He just, out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Ferguson leads the way. We're going to keep an eye on this battle for the final transfer spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Will they catch Zachary, or can Zachary hold on for 7 more laps? 7 more laps out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Keeping an eye on this battle. Right now, Scott and Selby are way out of this one. So is Brandon Schatz. All these guys were fast in qualifying. All of them got caught up in a wreck. Here comes Selby up underneath the 34. He's going to slide him in turn number 1 and 2. That doesn't look like Scott's going to make this race unless something big happens as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Starting to tighten up at the front. Zachary still holding on, but they are closing into turn number 1 and 2. Back up to the front. It's going to be all Devin Ferguson leading the way down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 4 laps to go at the line. Ferguson trying to hold on to BRB main warrior as they come across the line. 0.7 of a second for Zachary Metzner. He is on the bubble spot. This is his opportunity to make it in. He's just got to be solid here as they head through turn number 3 and 4. I'll tell you what, Riley is closing the gap out of turn number 4. Did somebody just blink out? Daryl Bass must have gone up and over the wall. That's going to move Riley Hutchinson into the final transfer spot. Metzner has a cushion as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 2 laps to go at the line. They're wrecking as Selby and Brandon get together in turn number 3 and 4. We got more stupid shit going on back here, I got a feeling. We're going to go find out. We know Selby is no stranger to... Oh, maybe it was just racing again. Brandon's going to come up. Oh, yeah, that was definitely, again, Just, I don't think he meant to take them both out. I don't think he meant to take out Selby. So these guys are going to wreck. That's going to give Riley a ton of breathing room. Maybe not. Here comes. No, he has got a ton of breathing room as these guys are way back. 0.4 of a second. Checkered flag is out. Going to be Ferguson, Hoyt, Mitzner, and Hutchinson. Going to the feature here tonight. Josiah, Scott, Brandon, Selby, Daryl Bass, Tyson Banks, and Matt Sanders going home. I'll tell you what, some of those drivers are definitely ones I did not expect to say we're going home here tonight. All right, let's get ready for tonight's main event. As they get ready to stack them up on the track. It is going to be Jesse Newsom leading him to the green flag here tonight. I'll tell you what. This is going to be a heater here tonight. Majulis out there on the outside road. Let's go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Man, I got so messed up. I didn't even play any music for the last opener for the starting grid. All right, guys, let's get ready for tonight's starting Yeah. It definitely was. It wasn't, yeah. And Brandon tried to get underneath, and they just made contact. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 8 machine, it's going to be Jesse Newsom. Outside of him in the 127, it's going to be Blake Majulis. Starting inside row number 2, the kid in the number 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Outside of him, it's going to be the number 444 of Derek Dryman. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Jonathan Lee. Outside of him, it's going to be Todd Atkins. Starting inside row number 4 in the 201, it's going to be Jesse Main. Outside of him, it's going to be Kyle Carter. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be Blake and Whitley. Outside of him, it's going to be Mason Cassidy. Oh, I forgot. It's Justin White. Then it's going to be Dylan. Then it's going to be Dylan Del Mastro and Mason Cassidy. Starting inside row number 7 is going to be Dustin Price with Nate Wemhoff in that number 14 position. Going to be Devin Ferguson starting at 15th. Jeffrey Hoyt 16th. Mitzner 17th. And Hutchinson in that number 18 position. We are looking for 50 laps here tonight with the super late models here at Oswego as they come down the back straightaway. We are looking for the green flag this time by. Looking for that green flag out of turn number 4. Green. Not yet. Green flag is out. Green flags out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Newsom leading the way into turn number 1 and 2. Majulis up on the high side. Easily going to pull away from Dryman and Tolson. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Tolson up underneath Dryman. Dryman gets way sideways on entry at turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Tolson looking to take that number 3 spot back. Battle for the lead is Majulis looking up underneath the 8 of Newsom. Newsom going to hold strong out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Drag race for turn number 3. Majulis down low. He's going to send it into turn number 3 and 4 up the track. You got to be careful. You don't want to hit that wall as he takes the lead out of turn number 4. New race leader at the line. It's going to be Blake Majulis into 1 and 2. Tolson going to follow suit in the 327, looking to find his way around Newsom. He does as he parallel parks it down the back straightaway into turn number 3. So give Tolson that number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 3 down the front straightaway. How about Newsom in the number 3 spot? Look for him to try to make a run later on. He has got to be happy about where he's at. Battle back here as it looks like Todd Atkins trying to fight off Kyle Carter. As Carter looking low on the 25. They're going to get back single file into turn number 3 and 4. So definitely a lot calmer than we've seen in the heat races and the LCQ as these guys try to get single file through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Going to be Majulis leading the way. We're going to keep an eye on those gaps up front, but it looks like Majulis is pulling away from the field. We got a lot of single file. We got to go all the way back to this battle with Jesse Main and Mason Cassidy for the number 9 spot as they come out of turn number 4. 2. Cassidy going to take that number 10, or Main's going to take that number 9 spot back as they head through turn number 3 and 4. He's trying to fight for his life, going to try to close back in on Jesse White as they come out of turn number 4. Big gain into turn number 1 and 2. Battle behind him is definitely getting wild as Ferguson trying to make his way up through the field. So is Hutchinson. Hutchinson is always quick in that number 2. Look for him to make his way up into the top 10 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Looks like we got a battle starting to brew for the number 4 spot as Todd Atkins has caught the back of Derek Dryman down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Atkins going to move up to the top side on a turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Dryman going to keep it as they head into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to keep it single file for now as these guys slide through the field into turn number 1 and 2. So definitely hard to pass here right now as we see as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Dryman still with his hands full as here comes Atkins back down low in 1 and 2. Atkins going to try to get the run off the bottom side. You got to be perfect there in 1 and 2, but if you do get that bottom side, there's a ton of moisture and you can get the shot out. He wasn't quite able to do it. He's got to fall back in line as Dryman's going to blink down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, we got sliders going on behind us as these guys are back and forth. Jonathan Lee and Kyle Carter. Carter in the number 25. Lee in the 55. Into turn number 3 and 4. Right now, Jonathan Lee fell backwards in his heat race, but chaos definitely helped him as he was able to transfer his way in. Kyle Carter going to slide him in 1 and 2. Cut down by Lee. Lee going to cut back up underneath him out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. He's going to send it. No, he doesn't. He keeps it low. Here comes Kyle Carter back on the outside out of turn number 4. Keeping an eye on the battle just in front of these guys as it looks like Lee's going to slide up the track. Here comes Carter back down low out of 2. Can't get the run. He's got to get back in line. Looks like Jonathan Lee finally has that number 6 spot. They are racing side by side as it looks like Jesse Mains has finally caught Justin White out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He is on the outside looking for turn number 1 and 2. Seen a lot of passes down low, not a whole lot up high as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Has Hayden Tolson caught our leader? He has, as we got a battle brewing for the lead. Here comes Tolson into 1 and 2. Thought Tolson was going to throw the slider, keeps it down low. Majul is going to have a good run out of turn number 2. They get back in line into turn number 3 and 4. Tolson tried to put the work on that 127 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 15 laps complete, 35 laps to go. Here comes Tolson in 1 and 2. He's going to roll the bottom again. Decides not to throw the slider. It is just about there. Probably not confident he's going to clear it, so decides not to as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Put Tolson back on the bottom out of turn 4. It's going to be 16 laps complete. Tolson definitely trying to put the work on the bottom side. Definitely did not work in 1 and 2. He's going to lose a ton of ground on Majulis. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Can Tolson close the gap once again as they come out of turn number 4? Yellow flag is out. Well, the easiest way to close the gap is a yellow flag, isn't it? We are going to bunch him back up. Let's go take a look and see what might have happened. Looked like a lot might have happened. Looks like this one might be between Jesse and Justin. Main and White might be getting together here. Let's go take a look and see. Oh, he just gets in the back of him, gets him turned around. That is unfortunate. Oh, he got hit in the rear tire. Oh, and then he got hit again. Poor Jesse Main got destroyed there. Definitely some damage on the nose of Justin White. I'm quite sure he didn't mean to do that. Just misjudged it. Caution flag came out. He definitely tried to back out and give it back and let him catch it, but too little, too late as Majulis leads the field. That was a battle for 6th. So definitely some fast cars caught up in that one as they are going to re-rack them, restack them here once again. 16 laps in the books, sorry. As they come down the back straightaway. First caution flag here of tonight in the main. As they head into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if they get that one to go this time by. Let's see if those lights go off on the truck. Yep, lights are off. We are going 1 to go. 1 to go. Majulis and Tolson going to lead the field to the green flag. Majulis has been topside. Tolson's been bottom. We'll see if they'll switch or if Tolson's going to try to take that lane away from Majulis if he gets a good enough start here as they head into turn number 3 and 4. I'll tell you what, it is hard to get a good start here. It's such a long corner, and these guys go kind of where they want. So anticipating that start is definitely different than in other series. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Majulis going to get a good run out of turn number 4. So does Tolson, but Newsom trying to be a nuisance down on the bottom. Stays side by side with Tolson in 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Oh, they are jockeying for positions as one car has blinked out into turn number 3 and 4. That is Dryman. He is so lucky that didn't end up worse as they come out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Tolson going to stay on the back bumper of the 127. So Tolson definitely has some speed in that 327, but that move was not it in 1 and 2. I will tell you that, as Majulis going to continue to roll to the high side in 3 and 4. You'll see some of these guys definitely baby in that bottom side in 3 and 4 over to the top side. It's so easy to catch that wall, especially in 3 and 4, and be up and over and back onto pit road. They don't want to do that. That will take them 100% out of this race as they head through turn number 3 and 4 to the line. It's going to be Majulis at the line that time by 20 laps complete. 20 laps complete. We're going to see if that battle starts to brew for that spot as Kyle Carter trying to race his way into the top 6. Here comes Jonathan Lee back down low in the 55. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Will he slide up? He does. Oh, Kyle's got to get on the binders. That's going to allow Riley Hutchinson up underneath. Riley's up 11 spots in that number 2. Riley has definitely been moving his way through the field in that number 2 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, he is looking to pop his way into that number 6 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, he's got to hold it low. Big run on the outside. They're 3 wide down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Riley's going to come out ahead. He slides up the track, but here comes Jonathan Lee back down low, down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. We got a hornet's nest back here for 6 on back. Out of turn number, we're wrecking in turn number 3 and 4. Caution, flag comes out. Hutchinson gets caught up. The whole field from about 6 on back gets caught up as a yellow flag comes out here once again. What just happened there? What happened here? Oh, might have been a little net code, I think, honestly. The 25 of Kyle slid up into the 2 of Riley Hutchinson. I think there might have been a little bit of net code there. We're going to go try to get a little bit closer to that one. Oh, major net code. Major net code stacking up the field. He wasn't even close. That is unfortunate for Riley. Riley had been moving up through the field. Great run for him. Now going back to the back of the pack. That is unfortunate for him. Blake Majulis, though, leading the field here tonight. But watch the 327 of Hayden Tolson. He's definitely got some speed. He has definitely got some speed here tonight. As they are going to get ready to restack them, re-rack them. We are on the lap number 23, going to be 24 complete. They're going to hit the halfway point here pretty soon. This is when we're going to start to see who was saving and who was not, because those tires are going to start to wear out if they weren't. As they should get the 1 to go at the line this time by, looks like Jesse Main, Blake and Whitley, Devin Ferguson, and Nate all on pit road as they get the 1 to go down into turn number 1 and 2. So those guys pulling off of pit road, they're going to pick up the back of the pack as they head down to turn number 2. Tolson and Majulis is going to lead them to the green flag. It is going to be 26 laps to go when they take the green flag. Almost halfway through. Who has saved, who has not? As the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Majulis is going to lead the way. Tolson in second. Jesse Newsom in third as they get single file for the top three. It's going to be 2x2 for fourth on back. Todd Atkins with a phenomenal run here tonight, currently in that number 4 spot as Tolson going to look low as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be halfway through, 25 laps to go. 25 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Majulis up on that top side. Tolson in second. Here comes the battle for third as Atkins is taking it. Here comes Newsom down low. He's going to slide him into turn number 3 and 4. Great race for Jesse Newsom here tonight as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Top 3, phenomenal for him as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Dryman going to look up underneath Atkins. Can't quite get it to stick out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Jonathan Lee in that number 55. Here comes the 2. Oh, a little bit of contact. Oh, my God. Big stack up as it looks like Riley is finally going to get the better of the bad luck. He's going to slide up into that number 6 spot. Riley Hutchinson definitely on the move in that number 25 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Not sure what happened there as they head through turn number 3 and 4. But I'll tell you what, watch out for Riley Hutchinson if they get another caution. That guy is on the move here tonight. Down into turn number 3 and 4. I should go take a look and see what happened to Derek Dryman there as he continues to get the wall. And I'm assuming that is what happened to him, but we're going to go back and take a look. Let's go take a look and see what happened here as they are having issues out on the track. We're going to see what happened to Dryman. Did he just get the wall here in 3 and 4? He runs slider. Yeah, he just grabs that wall. That wall will grab you, and that is where he... Oh, wasn't that time. All right, so I cannot find what happened there as we move back up to the front. Going to be Majulis leading the way. Jesse Newsom now up to second. Hayden Tolson back to third. Going to be Todd Atkins in that number 4 spot. Derek Dryman in 5th. Riley Hutchinson in 6th. So all guys I wanted to keep an eye on. I'll tell you what, Zachary Mitzner, after having that bad luck at the start of this one, is making his way back up. He is closed in into that number 9 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Great run for him. We've got a wreck out of turn number 4. Wrecking out of turn number 4. Looks like Dryman is part of this one. Let's see what happens. I got to assume he was just out here struggling, or... Yeah, he's going to grab this wall here, isn't it? Yep, he just grabbed the wall, spun out. Riley almost gets murdered. Derek Dryman making a mistake here. That top side is so treacherous at Oswego. So I'll tell you what, that's going to move Riley Hutchinson up into that top 5, I believe. Maybe it's 6th. Hutchinson, I believe, is going to be in the top 5. He has been on the move. Watch for this number 2. We are only 32 laps into this one, and he is up into that top 5 or 6 already. I think he's going to be in that number 5 spot. He's definitely got some speed here tonight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if they get the 2 to go at the line this time by. Let's see if they got 2 to go at the line this time by. If, yep, 2 to go. 2 to go as they head into 1 and 2. Guys, I'm sorry about not catching the UMPs tonight. They're at Fairbury. I might pull a bonus stream up later this week, but I'm definitely feeling under the weather. I'm struggling a little bit here, so I appreciate all your understanding as these guys head through turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get that 1 to go this time by. They're ready to go now. These guys are 100% ready to go now as they come out of turn number 4. 1 to go at the line. All right. 1 to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. I'm still using up my CPU somehow. That is unfortunate. Well, it bounces right back down though. It hasn't bottlenecked on me yet, so that's a good thing. As it looks like Cassidy is coming off of pit road. Dylan is out of this one. It looks like Nate is on pit road. He might be done for the night. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Blake Majula is going to lead the way. Jesse Newsom in second. Hayden Tolson trying to slide up into second again as he's got Riley Hutchinson behind him. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Newsom trying to close the gap on Majulis as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 34 laps complete. They got 16 to go at the line. Riley Hutchinson trying to move that bottom side. He's got nothing to lose at this point. He has made huge ground, up 13 positions in that number 2 machine. Great run for him. He's got to be happy with that, but he's not content as he is looking for more into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Atkins into the wall. He's around in turn number 3 and 4. Caution. No caution. How is that not a caution? How is that not a caution flag? Will somebody explain to me how the caution did not come out there? How did that caution not come out? As Atkins does a 360 out of turn number 4, just grab that wall as it's going to put Tolson and Jesse Newsom battling it out for that number 2 spot. Can Riley Hutchinson make it into the top 3? Man, I would love to talk to him if he gets into that top 3. What a ride for him. Up and down night. He is in that number 4 spot. Shit, I'd probably talk to him in 4th tonight. He has had one hell of a run as we watch the battle for second as we got a big wreck out of turn number 4. Still no caution flag. There it is out of turn number 4. All right, let's go take a look and see what happens. Atkins going to throw the slide here. Oh, Atkins clobbered the wall. Oh, my God. That's going to catch up the rest of these guys. So Blake and Dryman going to be out of this one. Dryman going up and over the wall. What a ride for Derek Dryman there. Let's see if we can find something a little bit more interesting for this. Watch him up and over the wall. Let's see how this shows us. Boink, up and over. This has not been Dryman's night. He's had a little bit of internet connection issues. Spun out on his own. He has had enough. We do want to go look at. Let me go look at Atkins' issue there because I'm not really sure. So where are we at? Oh, Atkins is already back there. We need to back this up a little bit. We're going to go look at what happened to Atkins the first time. Probably broke that car. Or he just ran out of tire. Yeah, I don't know how this wasn't a caution, guys. How was this not a caution? Watch this. He's going to hit the wall. He's going to go completely around in front of the field. Wow, he just did a 360, kept it going. iRacing did not throw the caution flag. I don't know. I probably would have been on the binders pulling out that caution flag, and he might have should have been too, as it definitely cost him as they head into 1 and 2. 1 lap to green. So 37 laps complete. It is going to be 12 to go when they take the green flag. Can Majulis hold on? I'll tell you what, Hayden Tolson has had one hot rod here tonight. And watch out for Riley Hutchinson in that number 2, currently up into the number 4 position. He's had some speed here tonight, and he is no slouch. He's definitely keeping up with the top guys as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Remember, he got caught up in the heat race and then had to race his way in and then got caught up in this race and still back up into the top 5. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Majula sliding up into that number 1 spot. Tolson's going to take the momentum out of turn 2. Big run down the back straightaway. Here comes Tolson. Tolson's going to hit the bump. They're going to bump into turn number 3 and 4. Newsom trying to get up underneath Riley. Hutchinson up on that top side. Going to take the number 3 spot out of turn number 4. What a run up to the front as we got a battle for the lead in 1 and 2. Tolson going to slide in 1 and 2. Here comes Majula's back down low out of turn 2. Drag race. No! Tolson takes the lead into turn number 3. Majula's not able to cut back up underneath them. Coming to the line, 10 laps to go. Can Tolson hold on? Tolson into the 327 has taken the lead away from Majula's. Riley Hutchinson. He's got Zachary Mitzner in the number 17 up into the top 4. Zachary up into the top 5. What a run out of the 17 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 9 laps to go at the line. The battle for third is definitely raging out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Tolson leading the way. Out front, Majulis in second. Tolson pulling away. We're watching the battle for third on back as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Majulis tries to run a hard slider into turn number 3 and 4, but Tolson going to hold on out of turn 4. We got issues in the back. No yellow flag for now. Yellow comes out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. This is not what Hayden Tolson wanted to see. This is going to be a single file restart. Tolson did not want to see this one. Let's take a look and see what happened to bring out this caution flag. Oh, Kyle absolutely clobbers the wall. Brings out that caution flag. Kyle Carter demolishing the wall. Caution flag comes out here once again tonight as we are working the caution flag with 42 laps complete. It is going to be 7 to go when they take the green flag. Ken Young, Hayden Tolson, hold on. Look, I'm excited about seeing Zachary having a great run here tonight. He did not catch that number 4 spot, but he was up there. That caution definitely saving Jesse Newsom. Phenomenal run for Jesse Newsom here tonight in that number 4 spot. Able to stay out of trouble in his heat. Able to stay out of trouble here tonight in the future. Looking to take away a top 5 here tonight if he can hold on. As they come across the line, it is going to be Tolson, Majulis, Hutchinson, Newsom, and Mitzner. Your top 5. Oh my God. 3. Yeah, he is definitely flying. He is definitely flying. I do like what you did with your name, Dave. All right, they're going to get 1 to go at the line this time by Tolson, Majulis, Riley Hutchinson. I'm telling you, watch that number 2. He's been fast all night. I don't know if he's got anything left, but he has definitely been fun to watch. Is he going to close it out just as strong as they come out of turn at number 4? 1 to go at the line. This is going to be a 7-lap shootout. I'll tell you what, a good chunk of the field has ended up on pit road. Looks like we got 12 cars maybe. Might be a couple more. There's a couple guys I think on pit road, but yeah, this field has definitely slimmed themselves out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Hayden Tolson bringing them to the green flag. All right, looking for the green out of turn number 4. It is going to be Tolson leading the way. Youth versus experience. Green flag is out. Well, Tolson's pretty experienced for his age. Out of turn number 4. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Here comes Majulis looking to the bottom side. Tolson going to stay high. These guys for the third on back, they're going to stay single file. Here comes Hutchinson with a big run out of turn number 2. I know. I love it. That's why I love it. Because I knew you took it from that. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Oh, Hutchinson looking for some speed. Grab the wall. That's going to cost them. Here comes Newsom up underneath. Side by side for the lead. Side by side for that number 3 spot. This battle for third, probably the more interesting out of the two, as we knew Hayden was going to have the advantage as they head through turn number 3 and 4. He's going to lead it with 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. It's going to be Tolson leading the way. Majulis going to work on the bottom side. Can Tolson hold on? Out of turn 2. I would love to talk to Tolson and Majulis. I'm sure Majulis has got to be proud of that number 327 as they come out of turn at number 4, looking for 4 laps to go. Riley's going to grab the wall. He loses the number 3 spot. Newsom is going to take it as they head through 1 and 2. Majulis continues to look low in 1 and 2. That is not the move as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Zachary Mitzner in that number 17. They are about to duke it out as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. It is going to be 3 laps complete. Here comes Mitzner in that number 17 machine. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It looks like Tolson has got himself a little bit of breathing room through turn number 3 and 4. Getting 2 to go at the line. Tolson out front 7/10 of a second, pulling away as they come down the front straightaway in 1 and 2. Here comes Zachary looking down low on Riley. Riley had to use up all those tires. He went back to front twice here tonight as they head for turn number 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go as they come out of turn number 4. White flag is out. Hayden Tolson going to lead the way down into 1 and 2. One last time. Can he hold on? Majulis too far back to do anything. Battle's going to be for the number 4 spot. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Tolson. Oh, Tolson's going to take the win. Majulis steps on it. Out of turn number 4. It's going to be Jesse Newsom. Riley Hutchinson. Majulis and Zachary, your top 5. Majulis stepped on it. And 3 and 4 cost himself a couple spots. What a finish here tonight. What a win out of the 327. Look, if anybody in the top 5 want to make it into Discord, I am more than happy to interview any freaking one of you because that was amazing up front. That's going to be Hayden Tolson out front with the win. Jesse Newsom in second. Great run for him. Riley Hutchinson in third. Going to be Blake Manjulis in that number 4 spot. Zachary Mitzner in fifth. Going to be Jonathan Lee in that number 6 position. Jeffrey Hoyt in 7th. Dustin Price D's Price in that number 8 spot. Going to be Justin White in the number 9 position. Jesse Main in 10th. Riley with a podium. Yep, Riley with a podium. Going to be Mason Cassidy in 11th. Going to be Derek Dryman in that number 12 spot. Kyle Carter in 13th. Ferguson 14th. Whitley in 15th. Atkins in 16th. Nate in 17th. And Dylan in that number 18 spot. Guys, I am not feeling well here tonight, so I'm probably not going to make it into the UMPs. I don't have another. I don't think. I don't know. We'll see how many cars are. We'll see how many cars are in there since this one lasted long enough. Let's go see if anybody is in Discord. I know Mitzner has my Discord. He's got to have my Discord. All right, so just in Herbert, and he is usually pretty honest. I'm going to give it. Said he did not mean to wreck Durgan. He was trying to run the slider and got into Durgan. I mean, we'll let them. It just sucks. It just sucks. I'm reading it. Herbert. I'm reading it. It's rough, though, when you've done it a lot. All right, we're going to go and look and see if we can find some of these guys. We're gonna, is he not in here? He is not in here. I was gonna go grab Zachary but he is not in there. Doesn't look like we're gonna get anybody in my Discord. I am gonna go take a look and see. I'm gonna take a look and see what they got going on over there in the UMPs and give you an idea of what I might do. If there's a good field, I might do the UMPs. I definitely don't feel good. I'm definitely struggling a little bit, but looks like we got 25 cars. It's going to split. It's going to split. That's going to suck. Who do we got in there? Definitely a higher SOF this week. Cody Nevin's in there. Looks like Brandon's in there. I know T. Clem's going to be in there. Donnie Watts is in there. Dustin Price is in there. Gibbs is in there. We're probably going to do it. We're probably going to do it. Looks like it's a good field. Even if it's a light field, we're going to go ahead and do the UMPs. Yeah, I thought it was because the history between the two, and he's done it plenty of times, and he usually admits it. But he did send me, and I'll be up front, and I have no reason not to believe him. So let me make it clear. I have no reason not to believe Herbert. Herbert's always been pretty honest with me when he does shit that I don't agree with, which is why he sent me the message he did. He says, I don't even know what to say. I actually did not mean to wreck Durgan. And you know me. I'll admit it when I wreck people and just troll everyone. And he's 100% right. He was trying to slide Hackett, kept running slider when I tried to slide him and didn't want to kill him. So I just went as hard as I could. Honestly, wasn't even thinking Durgan running cut down or hitting him felt like he was way ahead of us. So it could be. It is hard to tell at Eldora. I will take that, but it did look like a straight line. And I think he understands that. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see if anybody has jumped in the Discord. We got about 3 minutes left for the UMP Modifieds. We are going to go ahead and jump in it. As much as I feel sick, we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and do it. Fuck it. We're here. It's almost time. But I would like to talk to Zach. Zach with a great run here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and tag. We're gonna go ahead and tag him. I'm gonna jump in the lobby, his lobby. We're gonna go ahead and jump over here, and I'm gonna see if Zachary comes in. That was a great run. Zachary definitely he was up a lot of spots. I would have definitely interviewed Riley too, but great run for Zachary. 5th place, 12 spots. What's up? I guess not. I thought he was in here. I tried to tag him. We're going to see if he jumps in while we wait for the UMP Modifieds. We're going to give him a minute here. Great run for Zachary. Oh. Oh. Let me unmute. What's up? What's up, buddy?
Up.
Not much, man. I don't normally do a 5th place interview, but man, what a run up through. I mean, you caught some bad luck in that one and able to run up to 5th, and you were challenging for that number 3 spot. It was a 3-car battle for 3rd. Which would have been 2nd after Majula's hit the wall.
I know. And I feel like I definitely had enough like tires left to get past Riley and Jesse, but I just ran out of time, and by that time it was basically top and bottom, and I couldn't get around him with enough time, and I had a 0x, and like I said, screw it, I'm fine with 5th.
You know, you had some ups and downs here tonight. It was definitely chaotic, racing your way up through. I mean, tell me what it was like coming up through that field. I mean, Oswego's not easy. You got the wall, which can be treacherous. It gets really slick, New York slick. You know how that goes. It gets really slick here, and man, navigating your way through those mistakes and not to get caught up, because there was definitely a few incidents you could have gotten caught up in.
Oh, dude, I think I had to like slam on my brakes one time because there's a car upside down in front of me. I just had nowhere to go. Thankfully, I didn't kill him or like even hit him. So my car was perfectly fine the entire night. I just got lucky that I wasn't around any of the wrecks and was able to keep it green and keep it going for me. Because a lot of people's noses were messed up. People were jumping out of the park in 3 and 4, and it was just, I don't know. I'm just happy. I'll take a top 5 and top split. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely a good run for you here tonight. Squilliam said, "Can you interview my quick time?" But great run for you here tonight. Good to see you out there. I was like, man, we're used to seeing him in Dirt Series promotions, and I haven't been broadcasting that. So good to see you make a top split, and which is hard to get into, and then have a good run, solid run like that. So why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors? I know you got a lot of guys over here that help you out.
Definitely Midwest Sim Sports. They've been a lot of help since I've joined them. My iRate's gone up at least over 1,500 now. So definitely with Midwest Sim Sports, Majula State Speed Shop. Oh boy, put me on the spot here. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, it's Jimmy John's. I don't know what else to even say, but obviously to Blake and Evan for the set, and to Brandon Shots for the awesome rap that I have as well. So yeah, I honestly didn't even realize you were streaming this race too. So when you added me, I was like, you were streaming?
Yeah, I do the opener for the big blocks and the supers and the UMPs, which we're jumping in right now. So I do each of those. So yeah, no, it was good to see you up there.
Then.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't been feeling the greatest, so today was a little bit of a rough day. So don't hold it against me.
No worries. I always love watching your shows anyway, man.
Appreciate you. Squilliam.
Yes, sir.
Man, rough race.
Yeah.
How the fuck do I say your last name? Mark? Okay, I was saying it right. I'm just making sure because I butcher them sometimes. But man.
Well, Waddell, I didn't know you stream top split races, so Houston's week where I finished 3rd, Waddell was talking to me and he was telling me how you didn't know who I was. I was like, oh no.
I couldn't, well, because I always see you as Squilliam. I've never raced with you. And now I probably wouldn't anyway because I've killed my I rating, but yeah.
Used to be William Finley.
Ah, that might be why. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah. You know, it's hard to keep track of everybody.
Oh, hey, it ain't change anytime soon. Don't worry.
Well, you know, I always do interview top 3, sometimes 4 or 5 in this case if people could jump in. Well, you know, it was hard. Like, I would have loved to have gotten Riley in there. Riley he got caught up like you did. Or he got caught up in the heat race. And then he raced his way in through the consi. And then he
went 18th to 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, like, and he went back to the back again during the race because he got wrecked. He got hit by Kyle. I mean, I don't know. I don't have his Discord, but man, that was insane to watch.
All right, hold on. Give me. I don't know how much time you have left.
Yeah, I got a few. We're just in practice for the UMPs, so.
Oh, I forgot to sign up for that. Oh, shoot.
My bad.
No, you're good. I wasn't even know if I was going to race it tonight or not.
Yeah, so I do the opener big block, I do the opener supers, and I do the opener UMPs. I was not going to do the UMPs, but that went so long, and it might not be a big field tonight, but it's bigger than I thought, and it's a solid SOF. Last week was a little rough. Nobody showed up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Oswego and the mods, I don't blame them, but
it's just
underpowered.
underpowered. No, Fairbury, this is going to be fun.
Fairbury race is good, like UMPs. I will definitely be running the mods this week.
I used to love running the big blocks here. Like before the rebuild, it was so much fun.
At Fairbury?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was so much fun before they redid it.
You were showing me big block Fairbury.
What's that?
Remember one night you were showing me big block Fairbury before
Yeah. Yep. We the one that Norwood did. Yep. Yeah, so
who won the big block opener?
Hackett did. So we had a little bit of drama. We had a straight line by Robinson in the LCQ, and then it looked like a straight line from Herbert into Durgan, and it's hard because those two have a history. And so Herbert messaged me, and he's always been pretty honest with me about when he wrecked somebody. And he says, I just misjudged the slider. I didn't realize Durgan was that close, and I killed him. And because it looked so bad, because they have a history, you automatically go to the worst. But it looks like he straight center. But it is what it is. I mean, what are we gonna do? It happens. That's dirt toxic at its point. And you know what? What I noticed when the supers chill out a little bit, the big blocks get bad. And when the big blocks chill out, the supers get bad. So, well, we had a lot of good seasons of big blocks for a little while there, like 2 or 3 seasons. But the supers were super toxic at that point.
The supers have been pretty tame this season.
They were good last season too.
I mean, I've only been tops like once or twice, but I think from what I've seen, they've been okay.
All right, who do you got in this UMP race? I think Augie's going to be tough to beat in a UMP. But you can't count out Stephen Gaines. Stephen Gaines has some speed in the UMP too.
Yeah.
Augie. I've always...
What'd you say?
I'm going to believe Augie.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you love him or hate him. It's like if Massey gets in a UMP race, he's going to be a contender.
Yeah.
And so, I'm actually surprised we haven't seen Massey and Hackney in these openers because, well, this is the second opener. We didn't get the main one because I had to choose between the supers and UMPs.
Super,
yeah. So, did you get a hold of Riley?
I don't know where he's at.
Do you have my Discord?
Yeah.
Send him a link for next time because he usually is solid and he's been fast lately and I like Riley. I like watching him race. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he always does something crazy and it works out for him.
I was honestly surprised he had tire left, especially because he went up there, came back, and he came back.
He had to come back up. It was insane.
I was surprised he had tire because I was like, oh, I'm going to be able to get around him. And he still was just kind of pulling me. I'm like, all right.
He definitely was just about out of tire at the end of that one. All right, we are getting into the heat. I'm going to go ahead and jump out. I appreciate you guys jumping in. Right. I definitely enjoy when you guys come in and hang out. So make sure, if you guys, or if anybody else does, let them know. top 3, top 5 even,
Alright.
maybe. You know,
Thanks, Shane.
start to create a habit out of the supers. Maybe we can get them in. You know, and it's a good time for them to
Alright.
thank the people that thank them. So,
Agreed.
help
Thank you,
them.
sir. Appreciate it. I'm gonna have to go watch this stream back.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Have a good one.
too.
All right, we got Squilliam and Zachary as we get ready for heat race number 1 here in the UMPs. I love it. We're going to start to create a habit out of these guys, getting them in these races, getting them in here for interviews. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it is going to be Mike Augustine. Starting outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Cody Nevin. If Nevin finishes top 3, he'll jump in, I'm pretty sure. Shane Everson going to start in that number 3 spot. Dylan Gibbs in 3rd. Nate in 5th. We just saw Nate over in the supers. Matt Fletchall in that number 6 spot. Trevor in 7th. Blake Dawson 8th. Robert in 9th. And Brandon Moore in that number 10 spot. Not a bad SOF considering what we had last week. So definitely looking forward to a good one here. And I'll tell you what, Augie's definitely happy. This SOF is a little bit stronger because last week was definitely pretty weak for him. No T-Clem tonight. Doesn't look like we got T-Clem here tonight. As they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, let me know who your favorite is out there on the track. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite to take heat race number 1? I'll tell you what. Cody's going to be fast too, so this is going to be a good race up front. This is going to be a good race, and don't count out Dylan Gibbs. Dylan Gibbs definitely going to be fast too. As they come out of turn number 2, looking for 3 and 4. Yo, what's up, Swank? This is going to be my last one for sure, and then I'm going to bed. Green flag is out as Augie on the gas out of turn number 2. He's going to lead it down into turn number 4, down into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to get a single file pretty quick. As what happened to Gibbs? Gibbs going to fall way, way back on this start. So Gibbs going to fall back in the pack as we got contact further back in the field as these guys try to figure out Fairbury. Top 6 going to transfer through. Right now, Gibbs on that bubble as it looks like Augie has jumped up to the high side as Nevin leads the field through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. I want to watch the big play. You can, if you're on Facebook. I don't know about Facebook, but the YouTube side, you can go back. We'll be done. We'll be done pretty quick here. This is only a 30-lap race. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Yeah, I used to joke around, don't get gibbed in the openers. He looks like he's been cleaner when I've seen him in these races, at least on my streams, but he definitely had a rough point where it was pretty wild when he was in a stream. Dylan trying to make his way forward as Nate hangs to the outside in that number 48 as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. A little bit of contact as Gibbs is going to move Nate up the track. Nate going to cut back underneath him out of turn number 4. They got to be careful. Matt Fletchall slowly closing the gap in that number 26 machine as these guys race side by side. He doesn't seem as fast as these guys, but definitely able to catch up as they get the white flag. 1 lap to go. We got a battle for the lead. As Augie, the lap car turned around in the way as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Cody Nevin taking the win here in heat race number 1. Augie second. Shane and Trevor, Dylan Gibbs, Matt Fletchall, your top 6. What the fuck just happened here? Oh, there's contact. Let's see what happened to Nate for the transfer spot. Oh, nope, we're going to miss it. Let's go back. All right, let's see. Did he get a piece of... Oh, he got hit by the lap car. Oh, that is unfortunate. That broke his left front. Cost him a transfer spot. Allows Matt Fletchall into tonight's race. All right, let's get ready for it. All right, so I don't know what's going on right now, so we're going to have to go ahead and go live like that, as this wants to be a little stupid, and I will go ahead and restart that here in a second. It is going to be Dustin Price leading the way here in heat race number 2. Talon Willis in second. Going to be Devin Brannon in that number 3 spot. Blake Hunt in 4th. Going to be Brandon in that number 5 spot. Ty Ralph in 6th. Stephen Gaines 7th. Jacob Black 8th. And Jackson Franklin in that number 9 spot. Getting ready for the green flag this time by Pace Truck. Going to pull in out of turn number 2 down onto pit road. They're going to roll him down the front straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. When is Dustin going to fire him off? Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come out of turn number 4 down into 1 and 2. Look at Willis looking up underneath. Can't quite get the nose. Almost catches the tire in 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Dustin had to play hard defense there as the 12 of Devin almost goes around. He's going to get split down into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Right now it is Ty Ralph in that final transfer spot. Now it's going to be Brandon in that number 5 in that final transfer spot as these guys throw elbows down into turn number 1 and 2. Brandon is not where he wants to be in that number 34. It is chaos back here as we got a battle for the lead as Willis has the lead. Dustin Price trying to get it back as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Talon Willis going to go back to the front. Dustin Price in second. It is getting toxic out there as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Lap traffic once again. Oh no, it's going to cost Dustin a ton of time as they came out of turn number 2. He's trying to find his way around. Oh no, that got crazy as the lap car played a role. Stephen Gaines going to take the number 2 spot out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Damn lap traffic, yes. Lap traffic is definitely being stubborn here tonight as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Stephen Gaines up to that number 2 spot. I remember he was one I said to watch out for here tonight. He's looking to get a good starting spot, but Talon Willis is showing the field what is up in that number 10 machine. Don't count out Talon Willis later. Devin going to be in that final transfer spot in the number 12 as they come through turn number 1 and 2. One last time out of turn 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Talon Willis going to take the win. Stephen Gaines second. Dustin Price, Ty Ralph, Brandon Schatz, and Devin Brannon going to take your top 6. Those guys going to the feature. Everybody else off to the LCQ. All right, time for tonight's LCQ. Top 4 are going to transfer through. Everybody else off that's going home. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be Robert Andring. Starting outside of him, it's going to be Jacob Black with Nate starting in 3rd. Jackson Franklin going to start in that number 4 spot. Blake Dawson in 5th. Blake Hearn in 6th. And Brandon Moore in that number 7 spot. Looks like Blake did not grid up for the LCQ. That's going to suck for him as they pull off the starting line. 2 people going home out of this one. Yes, I'm still running the V3s. When I do run. That's the hard part. Is getting being able to run, and I suck now. Ever since my VR died, I've been struggling. Out of turn number 4. What happened in the opener, James? I actually read your message, Herbert. And some people agree. And I have no reason not to believe you. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Who's it going to be here tonight? Robert on the gas. Green flag is out. Down into turn number 1 and 2. I had to replace. Yeah, Herbert's in the Facebook chat. Down through turn number 3 and 4, going to be Nate leading the way. Here comes Jacob Black. They're 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Look at this. We got Jackson Franklin digging the outside. Will we end up at 4 wide at Fairbury? Doesn't look like it right now as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Nate leading the way. Jacob Black in second. Jackson and Robert, your top 4. These guys have to be careful. A little bit of contact could cost them. Looks like Blake did end up back out on the track. He is not a lap down, but he is going to need a lot of help as they come across the line. 3 laps complete. 3 laps out of 10. Looks like this is bottom feeding as it stands right now. We got one up on the top side. That is Robert trying to get that top side to work in that number 113 as they come on to turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Oh, slide job by Jackson, cut down by Robert. 3 wide for the number 2 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2, trying to get this figured out. Nate's going to blink a little bit up at the front of the field to 73, and Jackson sideways. This is going to allow Blake Dawson to reel these guys in. We got a battle for the transfer spot into turn number 3 and 4. Dawson trying to race his way in, currently 1 spot out. He's got nowhere to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Maybe smart to let these guys get together. They're probably going to do it as they come out of turn 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. 3 wide for that number 2 spot once again out of turn number 4. Jacob Black rolling that high side, definitely getting to dig up there as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Going to be 2 laps to go when they get the line this time by. When will Blake start to turn up the wick as they come out of turn number 4? Here he goes. He takes the number 4 spot. Jumps to the outside of Robert Andring. Andring going to dig back on the bottom side. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Battle for the transfer spot as Nate leads the field into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looks like Blake has that top side dig, and bottom side might not have quite as much speed as they head through 3 and 4. One last time, it's going to be Nate, Black, Franklin, and Dawson going to the feature here tonight. Andring, Moore, and Hen will not be going. All right, that was wild. That was a good consi. As we are going to get ready for tonight's 30-lap main event. 16 cars, 1 winner. Who's it going to be? Actually, might be a little excited about this one. Let's go ahead and get them stacked up. I am definitely excited about this one. I'm glad I stuck around to do it. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 11, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Outside of him in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Talon Willis. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 19, it's going to be Mike Augustine. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Stephen Gaines. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Shane Iverson. Outside of him, it's going to be Dustin Price. Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Trevor Thompson. Outside of him, it's going to be Ty Ralph. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be the 34, or whatever number he is, of Dylan Gibbs. Outside of him, it's going to be Brandon Schatz. He's in the 34. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be Matt Fletchall. Outside of him, it's going to be Devin Brennan. Will Brennan get gridded up? He is not gridded up yet. He is the only one we are waiting on. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, he does not grid up. It's going to be Nate in that number 13 spot, Jacob Black 14th, Franklin at 15th, and Dawson in that number 16 position. Wow, did he leave? Let's take a look. Is he in here still? He is still in here. Everybody's still in here, even the ones that didn't make it. Oh, Robert just left. Oh, no, he did not grid up. He's got to hope for a quick caution flag if he does get out there. As they come out of turn at number 4, going to be 1 to go to green this time by. What a front row. What a first 2 rows. That is a phenomenal 2 rows. And you can't, the rows behind him aren't slouches either. As they look for the green flag this time by, down into turn at number 3 and 4. Nevin leads the way. Green flag is out. Willis going to push up the track. Nevin's going to get a great start on a turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Nevin going to roll that bottom. He's got Augie behind him on a turn 2 as Willis stuck up on the outside through turn number 3 and 4. You got to wonder when that top side is going to be it. It will be at some point, as it looks like Willis able to hold on to the number 2 spot. That might be our answer. That might be it, as Devin is back here in the pack. He's trying to stay on the lead lap as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It is showing them at least 1 lap down. Oh, Willis going to slide up the track. Here comes Nevin back up underneath into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Willis going to dive up underneath out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway looking for 1 and 2. Look for Willis to throw the slide. He slides it. And turn number 1 and 2 cut down by Nevin. Augie just biding his time behind him as it looks like we might have a no caution as the lap car is struggling up ahead of the leaders as they, it was Dawson struggling back here in the number 10 machine. Back up to the front. Here comes Augie down to the bottom. He's looking for a twofer. Can't quite get it. He's going to roll the middle. Out of turn number 4. Falls back in line. Top 3. Back to single file. Don't count out that 07. Look for him to try to save a little bit of tire, knowing these guys have to push it. Late restart could be the 07's best friend here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. Gaines is going to bang the wall down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Lap traffic up ahead as Devin is about to go a lap down as the leaders close the gap. Cody Nevin leads the way. He's now got 0.5 of a second. Here comes Augie. Big slide into 1 and 2. Had to get on the brakes not to kill Nevin. BJ Goodnight did not run. No, he did not. Down out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. It is going to go back to single file. Talon Willis now back to the number 3 spot. Augie's going to grab the wall in turn number 1 and 2. Lap traffic up ahead. It looks like Devin is definitely struggling a little bit. We got a car backwards. That's going to save the number 12. All right, let's go take a look and see what happened here as Franklin goes. Oh, my God. He just drove into the back of him. You didn't see him throwing the slider? Come on, bud. I mean, hit the brakes. I don't know. It is going to be Nevin out front leading the way. Talon Willis in a second. I thought it was Augie in second. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it is Augie in second. Augie's going to have that top side as they come out of turn number 2. We're going to get ready to stack them up pretty quickly here. Pace laps are quick at such a short track as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if they get that 1 to go this time by. 1 to go as they come across the line. We are going to stack these guys back up. Watch for Stephen Gaines to start to pick up the pace as we close in. It is going to be 21 laps to go when they take the green flag. 21 laps to go. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Where is that loud pedal? When is Cody Nevin going to fire off? Green flag is out. Great jump by Augie on the outside. Great anticipation by Augie in that number 19 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Nevin's going to slide up, cut down by Augie. Drag race down the back straightaway. Put Augie to the point into turn number 3 and 4. Oh my God, that was almost bad. Who's going to win? I don't know. This is going to be tough. You know, Nevin and Augie have to be favorites, but I would not count out Stephen Gaines or Talon Willis as these guys come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. It looks like Augie and Nevin trying to pull away out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Contact back here in the pack as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. These guys battling really hard right now. Looks like Talon Willis shoved back to that number 4 spot. Has to deal with these guys, and you got to admit, Dustin Price is no slouch. Neither is Brandon. He's got his hands full as they come out of turn number 2. They're going to try to get a single file. Ken Nevin close the gap on the number 19 as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Augie continues to lead the way. Nevin in second. Stephen Gaines up to that number 3 spot. Willis going to go for the slider in 3 and 4. Slides him in 3 and 4. Cut down by Gaines. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Talon Willis might be picking up the pace a little bit here. Gaines might be struggling. Here comes Willis. He's going to lick the stamp and send it into 1 and 2. 3 and 4, sorry. Slides up the track, almost wrecks it into the wall. It's going to be Gaines back to that number 3 spot. Here comes Willis once again in 1 and 2. Slide job by Willis. Cut down by Gaines. Back and forth for that number 3 spot. Top 2 have to be loving what they're seeing back there. These two are not only losing ground on those guys, they are also using up their tires, battling for that position. Contact as Willis gets in the back of Gaines. Gaines able to hold on to it. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Augie's starting to pull away with this one. 1 second out in front of Nevin as these guys come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. We got a wreck. Caution, caution, caution. Back in the back as we are 16 laps into this one. Maybe it's 17. I guess we'll find out. Let's see what happened. Oh, they're just running over each other in the back. 79 caught up in that one. Does not know how to lift. See past that hood scoop. And the caution flag is going to be out here once again as we get the caution flag here tonight on lap number 17. So we are past the halfway point, guys. It is going to be a 12-lap shootout here when they take the green flag. Stephen Gaines going to start on that inside. Gaines has some speed, but I'll tell you what, Willis might have a little bit more. This is going to be interesting to see how this start plays off for these guys as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag this time by. Oh, it's 2 to go. Never mind. It is not this time by. They got 2 to go at the line. I'm pretty sure. I think those pace lights. No, maybe they are off. Nope, they are on. All right, looks like the 2 going to sit down on the bottom. That is going to be Ty Ralph as he waits to pick up the back of the pack. As they come out of turn number 2, they're going to definitely get 1 to go at the line this time by. 1 to go at the line. Who are you guys pulling for at this point? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat as they come out of turn number 2. Pace truck going to pull in. Looks like Augie might be hard to beat here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. When is Augie going to fire him off? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Augie gets a good jumps up the track. Here comes Nevin back down low. Nevin going to throw the slider in 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Augie back with the cut down. It is going to be crazy from 3rd on back. Here comes Steven Gaines. Will he try to go for a double in turn number 3 and 4? Almost gets into the back of Nevin. His talon's getting turned sideways. Big contact further back in the back. Somehow they're staying straight. Maybe they aren't as they continue to pile in the turn number 1 and 2. Caution flag. No caution flag. Where is the caution flag? No caution flag out. As it stands, there it is as they come out of turn number 4. What the fuck just happened? All right, we're going to back it up a little bit here, and we're going to go jump in the blimp maybe, or the chopper. And where is Talon? There's Talon. All right, let's see what happens here. He just absolutely smokes Talon. And they just continue to wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Look at this. No lift, no care. These guys just piling. Oh, my God. Who the hell was that just absolutely ass-packed Talon Willis there as the caution flag comes out here once again here tonight. Tires won't make it. Yeah. All right, so caution flag out here once again as they are inside 10 laps to go. So it will be a single file restart. Augie going to lead the way. Nevin's going to be in second as it looks like they're getting the 1 to go this time by. Not really sure as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Will Willis make it back out on the track? He definitely unfortunate situation for him as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out as Willis does not make it back out on the track. 9 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Does Nevin have anything for that number 19 of Mike Augustine? Steven Gaines now up to the number 3 spot. Here comes Nevin. Nevin, big slider in turn number 3 and 4. He's going to bang the wall. Easy cut down by Augie. Augie going to take the lead back into 1 and 2. Here comes Gaines trying to take advantage as they come out of 2. He's going to get tight, not able to capitalize as they head into 3 and 4. Here comes Brandon in that number 34. Slowly been creeping forward up 6 spots. Now working on Steven Gaines for that number 3 spot. Gaines going to get the wall. That's going to open the door for Brandon. Brandon looking for a podium down into turn number 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Augie is definitely fast as they come out of turn number 4. Back and forth 4 positions. Gaines back up to the number 3 spot as we move back up front. Augie leads the way. Nevin in second. Steven Gaines in third. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go. Looks like the battle is going to be for third on back as Augie checks out in that number 19 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. We're going to keep an eye on the gap in case it closes, but it's not looking likely unless Augie makes a mistake with 4 laps to go. 0.8 of a second over Cody Nevin. He continues to pull. Now 0.9 of a second. Here comes Dustin Price. He's going to go to the bottom. Dustin going to try to roll that bottom. Does not try to slide as they come out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Augie continues to lead. Nevin not able to do anything. Battle's going to be for third. On back. Gaines has it. Brandon and Dustin want it as they come through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go. We got a big wreck into turn number 3 and 4. Big wreck. I saw somebody up in the air. Caution flag comes out here once again. Caution flag is out. It won't hurt you, bud. What won't hurt me? Or whoever. Oh, they were wrecking up ahead. All right. All right, so he just absolutely clobbered him. That is Dylan Gibbs. Let's see where. Oh, he straight lined him. Oh, that's another straight line. Bottom slit bandit absolutely straight lines Brandon Gibbs. Watch Ty send it. Well, he's not bottom. He might be mid, but he just sends it. He just absolutely clobbers him. You would have thought he was a fat kid chasing after a Twinkie with that straight line. Like, no fucks given. I get that he got the little bump from behind, but that was not that bad. Hold on, let's go to the in-car. Let's listen to him rev it up and absolutely clobber him. Oh my God, he just turned right into him and throttled up. Green flag is out as they come across the line. It's going to be Augie with the win. Cody Nevin second, Stephen Gaines third, Brandon fourth, Dustin in fifth, and I must have missed the last little bit. We'll go back and take a look. Obviously a pretty clean race here. Oh, Nevin tried to get there. And they're just going to get in line and kind of roll through. Stephen Gaines going to keep that number 3 spot. Oh, yeah, nothing happened. You're not missing anything, even though that's up there. All right, it's going to be Mike Augustine with the win, Cody Nevin second, Stephen Gaines in third. Going to be Brandon in that number 4 spot, Dustin Price in fifth, Matt Fletchall in sixth. Oh, yeah, definitely not going to hurt to lift. Going to be Nate in that number 7 spot, Jackson Franklin in 8th, Jacob Black in 9th. Going to be Blake Dawson in the number 10 spot, Devin Brennan in 11th, Dylan Gibbs in 12th. Going to be Shane Everson in the number 13 spot, Ty in 14th, Trevor 15th, and Talon Willis in that number 16 spot. All right, we're going to see. We'll see if Nevin shows up in my Discord. Nevin, you going to show up? Augie, you going to show up? We got to get you guys to Discord. Stephen Gaines, you going to show up? Let's see if anybody ends up showing up. Let me go check Nevin's Discord. I don't see him over there. Sender, bud. Exactly. Banned for life. Banned for life. All right. I don't see anybody up in the Discord. Guys, it's been a rough one for me tonight. I appreciate you guys struggling through it with me. 2 hours and 15 minutes of pure action with 3 or 4 straight lines here tonight. Definitely a wild one. Guys, thanks for coming out. Congratulations to our winners here tonight. Definitely appreciate you guys coming out and putting on a show. Hayden Tolson, Michael Hackett, and now Mike Augustine, all winners here tonight with class. Every single one of them won with some class, so that was good to see. That's going to be it for us tonight. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.